Come on, y'all. Come on up in here. Come on. Let me watch my phone on. Come on, y'all. Come on up in here, y'all. What up? What up? What up? What up? Hey, beautiful people. There we go. There we go. Hey, y'all. We got to talk. We got to talk. We got to talk. Y'all, we got to talk. Hey, Miss Barnes. What's up, Treasure? Hello, Hawkins. I see you. Good morning, Chris. I see you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sexy people. Good morning, beautiful people. I'm not driving. I would never be driving and on live like all in the videos like this. You guys, I ain't doing that. I'm not driving. What up, Chica? There you go back. Okay, so listen, guys. I got to get into this. Get into this. So, how many of y'all, show me some hearts. How many of you guys are familiar with that Ed Sheeran lawsuit in Marvin Gaye's estate? The Ed Sheeran Marvin Gaye copyright infringement lawsuit. Are any of you guys familiar with that? Show me some hearts if you guys have heard about it. Even if you're not familiar and even if you haven't gotten into the case. I see a couple hearts. Come on, y'all. We got to be on these copyright infringement cases, you know. So listen. So at the Jasmine brand, my favorite, resource, one of my favorite resources. Hey, Chike, I know you into it, Chike. I know you know what it is, right? So, guys, listen. So, Jasmine brand posted, and like I said, I really appreciate the Jasmine brand because Jasmine brand has always provided an outlet and a platform for me to speak my truth. They always remain neutral. Also, shout out to the Jasmine brand and Angela Yee, who have purchased, I believe, and Topeka. Oh my God, Topeka. All these amazing and incredible women have come together and purchased a 30-unit building in the city of Detroit. For I think there's a certain percentage of the units are going to be available for formerly incarcerated women. So I just think that's amazing and dope. Y'all know I'm Detroit versus everybody. Detroit all day. I'm surprised I don't have nothing Detroit now, but I bleed blue. It's Detroit. Sigma Gamma Rho, Detroit. It is what it is. Okay, but let's get into this, guys, right? So I was telling my husband, coming from, getting our mind, body, and spirit work done, moving, meditation, and whatnot, and I was telling my husband about this Ed Sheeran litigation. And I posted something on the Jasmine brand. If you guys go on there, you'll see my post. Yes, you see me posting and commenting quite a bit on other people's pages because Algorithmina is not very friendly to me these days because I am telling the truth and shaming the devil, and Algorithmina gonna make me think she the devil. She keep limiting my reach to my people. But I go and I comment on other pages because I know that, first of all, it's important to interact when you have something of value to bring into the conversation, because so much of it is just salacious bull sugar honey iced tea, and I love offering some input and some opinions based on my 30-year career in this industry, right? So I'm going to address a couple of things on this live that I think are very, very, very important for you guys to pay attention to, right? This is Nikki News. Nikki Daniels News at whatever time it is, 15. So listen, y'all. So the Ed Sheeran, I don't know if you guys have had an opportunity to listen to the actual song that is being accused of copyright infringement by the Marvin Gaye estate. First of all, kudos to the children of the writers and the family members and the lawyers and the estate of the writers of these songs for protecting. My husband's like, they do not play. Now, you're not finna do this. Yeah, I'm married to an alpha male. Every sense of the word. Right. Thank you, honey. Ooh. Okay. I'm trying to get a little situated because my husband was about to be depot and we're not finna do that. That was his way of saying shut down. He slammed on my brakes. Man, listen. Okay, so guys, if you listen to the song, like if you really listen to the record, it is so obvious. It's so let's get it on. That record is so obvious to anybody who knows music. It is Marvin. It is Let's Get It On. Thank you. Oh, he sang some of it? Really? wow, Chike, I did not know he sang it. But when you listen to it, because my husband was like, okay, let's listen. Let's see what the comparison is. So we listened to it, and immediately you know that this is Let's Get It On. And they're suing for $100 million. And I hope they get it. And my comment underneath the Jasmine brand post was, Dear Ed Sheeran, right? As a creative, I empathize with your unfortunate legal situation where you have to go into court and you have to fight for your intellectual property. Just to bring y'all up to speed, what he said was that if he loses this $100 million in court, that he's going to quit music. And my response to that is, baby, I have been fighting for my intellectual property rights since the day I entered this mug. I was labeled difficult. I was labeled a problem child. Thankfully, people, like, surprisingly, there were certain people who respected me. I'll never forget this situation where, okay, I'm not going to name names because, people are still around, but I will just say that there are certain people that some people have issues with that I don't have issues with. So the then head of Sony, and there were several, but the head of Sony at the time that we were there, I remember we went into his office and we sat down, we met with him, and, he's like, what can I get you ladies? Can I get you anything? And I was just like, yeah. Y'all got a Sony store. We need some TVs. We need some microphones. We need microphones that are good quality microphones so we don't blow our voices out. I was like, don't you want to protect your investment? And the president of our label at the time, because we were signed to Michael Jackson, which was a subsidiary of Epic, Sony, whatever. So the head of our label at the time was like, I'm sorry, you guys, we paused. So everybody had pretty much told us, when you guys go in here, you talk to this executive, like, talk like y'all, don't, just be quiet, listen. But, I'm from Detroit, so I was like, let me keep it real. So I told him we needed microphones, and I told him, you could throw on the TV, whatever. So long and short is he was like, we'll get you the top of the line, the best of the best. He was like, yep, who it was. It was Tommy Mottola. Tommy looked out. Tommy looked out for me a couple times. And that's why I want to be clear. Okay. So many things to talk about. Okay, let me finish this Brownstone Tommy Mottola story. Then I'm gonna get back to Ed Sheeran. Then I'm gonna get to this writer strike, and then I'm gonna get to something else that y'all need to hear about. So we went in, we asked, they delivered, and I just remember Tommy saying, the fact that you were brave enough to ask, the fact that you actually asked, the fact that you asked for something that you actually needed to make your career, easier, thus protecting our investment. He gave me a whole little shindig, and he probably doesn't even remember that. But we got hooked up. Somebody stole our microphones too. That's some bullshit. But anyway, I do very distinctly recall him being very open and amenable to, there was even another thing. We want to do a remix for If You Love Me. You guys remember we did that remix with Craig Mack and all of them? So, little tidbit. Some of the executives didn't want us to do it. I'll never forget being in the meeting. It's always Nikki in the meeting saying what she got to say, right? But me being in the meeting saying what I got to say got us this remix with, like, Craig Mack and, like, the Fugees were on it, and Eric oh my God, I'm losing, not Eric B. I was about to, Eric Sermon. It was just a wonderful remix that we did for If You Love Me. Hardcore Brownstone fans probably remember. It was great. And we got it because we spoke up. We said, this is what people are doing now. We could get some more life in the record. We did it. It went over well. It did sell hundreds of millions of records, as far as we know. But it was a success nonetheless. And the moral of that story is just speak up, say what you got to say. I remember another situation. We were in London and I was supposed to get my stipend and they didn't give me my stipend. And we had been in London for like 2 weeks and they were like, no, go, it'll be there before. And I just bought my condo. It was my first house. And I was like, I'm not going to lose my house. You guys are supposed to give me my stipend. It was a townhouse in Encino. I bought it for $183. Back in the day, and they didn't give me my little stipend, and your girl was like, check this out, I'm getting a ticket. That happened. I gotta get off, but because that's business. But here's the thing, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna finish this story because it's super duper dope. And Ed Sheeran, I will say this, if I don't come right back, right, suck it up, buttercup, because at the end of the day, it is what it is, and it sounds exact. Y'all go listen to it, so when you guys come back to my live after I finish this business conversation, then y'all can tell me, then y'all can tell me what y'all think. But I think somebody about to lose $100 million. Well, more than just somebody, a few people. But let me call And I'll get right back with y'all. Peace.